Since we just entered the fall season, let's talk about my top 10 most anticipated movies for fall and winter right now. Alright, coming in that 10th spot is Rebel Moon, directed by Zack Snyder. This is going to be a huge science fiction story told in 2 parts. First part coming up at the end of December. Second part, I think, is April of next year. I didn't really have any thoughts on this before I saw the trailer, but when I reacted to that trailer, man, my energy levels were just high. That trailer looks stunning. All the visuals in Zack Snyder's films usually are pretty great. I think he kind of suffers from like script issues, so we're going to see if this one suffers the same amount, but I think that this could do really well because it's a 2-part story. Netflix really does market their movies well if it's like a big movie like this, but some movies they don't market very well. But I think this one will be Netflix's biggest film of the year, probably. I cannot wait. We have a lot of underrated actors in this one, and I think that how Zack Snyder kind of like pitched this to basically Disney as a Star Wars film, I think it's going to be great. He said it's like a rated R Star Wars film. You can see kind of like these little lightsaber things that they're using. The creatures in here are insane. I think the visual effects look really stunning so far, and they still have like 4 months to work on it. So I'm very excited for Rebel Moon. I think it's going to actually be really great, and I wouldn't be surprised if it gets into my top 10 or top 15 of the year. The only reason it's not higher on this list is because these other movies are just that great, and I cannot wait for those other ones. Coming in 9th place, though, is Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, the Hunger Games spinoff. You know, the only reason this is on my top 10 most anticipated for the rest of the year is because I did read the book, and I feel like the book is great. You know, I've only read that book too. I've never read the other Hunger Games books, but I am a big fan of the Hunger Games movies. Watched them many times, and I like how the same director of those Hunger Game movies is doing this spin-off too, so I think that it will translate very well. And I think that when I first saw the first trailer, it's visually stunning. The set design is off the charts. Costume design is crazy, and you needed good costumes for this because the book really does explain how the costumes are off the charts, especially with Lucy Greybeard. And Rachel Zegler, I'm very excited for her in this role. I know she's been getting a lot of hate lately for Snow White. I don't hate her for Snow White. I think she'll make an awesome Snow White. I think Disney is just doing some weird things with the 7 Dwarfs, so that's my issue with that movie. But Rachel Zegler, she's awesome. I think that she was great in Shazam, even though that was kind of an average movie. She was amazing in West Side Story. I think she's going to do great here because she's great at singing, and Lucy is a singing person. She likes to sing a lot in the book. So I did like the book a lot, seeing young Snow, how he like basically transformed into like a villainous character by the end of the book's very interesting. The book though did leave me kind of disappointed by the end. Like the ending wasn't for me, but I thought the rest of the book was absolutely stunning. As I said, visuals look stunning for this movie. I cannot wait. I love the trailer on this one. Coming in 8th place is Maestro, directed by Bradley Cooper. This one is also a Netflix original. Netflix has some big movies that they've acquired this year, and this one also stars Bradley Cooper as the main star, also Carey Mulligan in this one. I think this one is also mostly in black and white, and it has that interesting aspect ratio. You know, I was not putting this on the list before that first trailer, but when I saw that first teaser, I think it looks beautiful. I think cinematography looks insane, and I think the makeup especially looks great. And I think that Bradley Cooper, I think that he just brings in a powerhouse of a performance every time that he is in a movie. And I think that this kind of correlates because The Star is Born, his performance in that movie was insane. Such a powerful performance by him there. Carey Mulligan and him teaming up for a movie like this, I think it's going to be great. I'm waiting for more details on this movie because I think it's screening at some festivals this fall, so we're going to get more reviews on this one, see how great it is. But I think this one's going to be a big player at the Oscars this year. Bradley Cooper is going to go for that Best Actor award, and this one I think could get nominated for Best Picture, but I'm very excited for this one. I'm very excited to learn new details about this one also. Coming in 7th is The Boy and Heron. We don't have a lot of details about this one. I will put some pictures up on the screen, but this is Miyazaki's last film. His last film, so this is kind of a big event, and this is also going to fall festivals, and I heard it got sold out within minutes, the screenings, so they only have a couple of screenings for these bigger movies that are coming out later. I'm not sure when this is coming out in the US, but I think it's coming out this year. I really would suspect it's coming out this year because it's screening at festivals, so hopefully I'm not wrong there. But I'm very excited for this one. I love Miyazaki's films. I think he has an insane way of how he tells a story, and I love the animation on his movies. I think it's great. Spirited Away, Amazing film right there. But this film is very mysterious though, because there's not a trailer out and they're not going to release a trailer. The images is like all we had. We never even had images until like a couple weeks ago, but these images are so crystal clear. I love the animation. I mean, this is going to go up for the best animated feature award at the Oscars. It's probably going to go up against Spider-Verse. I'm not sure if this can unseat Spider-Verse for me as #1 of the year, but Miyazaki, he's an amazing storyteller, so I'm really excited for this one. I'm really excited to learn more about this one because we haven't learned a lot, and first reviews are probably going to come out very soon, so I'm probably going to share those reviews on the channel. But man, I am so excited for this movie. Coming in 6th place is Saltburn. I just reacted to this trailer on the channel a week ago, so check that out. But that trailer was visually so stunning, so beautiful. The 1:3 aspect ratio works so well with this movie too. And Barry Keoghan is the main star of this movie. I've been waiting for him to get a big main role like this, and he's finally got it. And he's alongside Jacob Elordi from Euphoria, and I think he's great in that. And Jacob Elordi is also going to be in Priscilla this year, which is also a movie that I'm excited to see, but it's not on this list. And this one is directed by Emerald Fennell. She directed Promising Young Woman. I think that movie's great. I think the ending left me a little underwhelmed, but I think that movie is great. Visually also, that movie is awesome. But man, this movie really did captivate me just from that 1.5-minute trailer. Even though you don't get a lot of details about what's going on in the movie, you can see that they're trying to get relationships between these people. And Jacob Elordi is the rich one, and Barry Keoghan isn't the rich one. It's kind of like a story like that. But visually, I was just captivated so far. And if a movie can captivate me visually, it's going to end up on like my top 10 most anticipated or top 10 of the year. My top 10 of the year so far has a lot of visually amazing movies. So this one really is like one of those movies that I'm so excited to see. Hopefully it comes to my theaters on the big screen, because I'm not sure how they're going to roll this one out, because I think it is an Amazon MGM kind of movie, so hopefully I'll get to see it on the big screen. But that trailer really did get me going, so I'm very excited for this one. Coming in 5th place is Napoleon, directed by Ridley Scott. Another Ridley Scott film. He's been pushing so many films out lately, and I'm here for it. Ridley Scott is one of my favorite filmmakers. I love how he tells films, love how he shoots them. And this is another Joaquin Phoenix movie. He's in 2 big movies this year with Beau's Afraid and now Napoleon. Vanessa Kirby is also in this. She was just in Mission Impossible. Now she's in this. I cannot wait for that duo. Ridley Scott, he's one of those filmmakers that hasn't been getting a lot of attention lately, because no one went to go see The Last Duel in 2021. I did. I saw it 2 times. It was great. I love how they told the story. It was a pretty dark story though, but every single actor in that movie was amazing. Joaquin Phoenix looks amazing in this role. This wasn't going to be on the list before I saw the trailer, but when that first trailer came out a couple months ago, I was blown away by the sets, by the cinematography. People at CinemaCon said that some scenes were absolutely insane. And Ridley Scott, I think he said he has like a 4.5-hour cut of this movie. If he releases that, I will be there day one. You got to release that 4.5-hour cut on digital, or Apple, because I think this is an Apple movie, so I think Apple could release that cut at some point. But I hope the main cut is somewhere around like 2 hour 45, because it's a big story. You got Napoleon, a historical figure. You got to tell this big story, and Ridley Scott is pretty good at telling those big stories. And Joaquin Phoenix looks amazing in this role. Vanessa Kirby looks stunning. I love the sets on this one, and I cannot wait for this one. I think it's going to be great. In 4th place is Poor Things, directed by Yorgos Lanthimos. He also directed films like The Favorite and The Lobster. I've only seen The Favorite by him, and I didn't like it much on first watch, but I am planning to do a rewatch of all of his films to really see his style, because Poor Things was a movie that from the first image, I was like, this looks way too weird. I'm not really with this kind of style on this movie. Emma Stone's also in it, Mark Ruffalo, Willem Dafoe also, and I was like, I'm not really with this. But when the first trailer came out, oh my gosh, I really took a 360 on this movie, because it jumped up my list. It looks insane. This is kind of like a science fiction, kind of like romance, comedy film, drama, all those different styles in this one movie. And if you watch the trailer, you can pause it every single second and you'll have like a perfect frame, and you can hang this anywhere on your wall. It's like a perfect picture. All the shots in the trailer. I cannot wait for this movie. The costume design, the makeup on Willem Dafoe is absolutely incredible. I want to learn more about this story, because I heard it is based off a book though. But I really hope I'm going to love this movie as much as I love the trailer and the look of it. Emma Stone, I think she looks amazing in this movie, as I said, and I think her performance in the trailer is really captivating. I really hope that she could get nominated for Best Actress this year. She did win for La La Land. I don't think she's gonna win for this, but we're going to see with the competition. I hope she gets nominated for this just off the trailer. She's so captivating, and the role that she's playing is such an interesting role. I cannot wait for this. It looks so amazing. Just like I said, it looks beautiful, but I don't know what to expect from it. You know, the story could be in all different parts, but I'm here just for that like, look of the film. It looks incredible. Coming up in third place is The Killer, directed by David Fincher. David Fincher is getting up there as one of my favorite filmmakers. The Social Network is one of my favorite films of all time. Seven and Zodiac are such amazing films. I'm not as big on The Fight Club as everyone else, but I still think it's great. You know, I think the plot twist, I didn't really care for the plot twist that much. I didn't think that it was that amazing. Gone Girl is also a great movie. I still have to see a couple more movies by him because I haven't seen his whole filmography yet, but what I have seen is like 8 or 9s and above, so hopefully he keeps that up. But this is Michael Fassbender. It's kind of like it's kind of like just a killer, a guy who's just going on hunts and going and killing people. That's basically his task. And I'm very interested to see where more of this story goes, because I did react to the first teaser trailer and it didn't really tell me any of the story, but it did give me some insane visuals that just reminded me of old Fincher. And I'm here for old Fincher because old Fincher is some of the best Fincher, and I think a lot of people can agree with that. Michael Fassbender looks great here. I think that this one is going to be a big, I don't know if it's going to be a big award player, but I think that Michael Fassbender, if he's really amazing in here, maybe he could get nominated. I'm not sure. It's also a Netflix movie. I'm surprised Netflix is getting so many movies on this list because they have so many of the worst movies of the year so far, but I can't wait for The Killer. I think it's going to be great. Coming in second place for most anticipated of the fall/winter is The Creator. Oh, The Creator looks amazing. I have some reactions to the trailers on my channel if you want to go check those out, but the trailers get me so hyped every time I see them. When I see them on the big screen too, it's even better. Gareth Edwards is directing this. He directed Rogue One, which is my favorite Star Wars movie ever. So I cannot wait. The visuals also look insane here. I think Hans Zimmer is also doing the score. So I'm expecting some good score here because he doesn't have Dune Part 2 coming out. Maybe this score could also get nominated for an Oscar. Who knows on that front? I really am interested in this film though because of what the premise is. It's AI versus humans. That's a big topic right now with the strikes going on. How AI shouldn't be a thing. So I'm very interested in the story. But we haven't gotten too much of the story from the trailers. We have Gemma Chan in this, and she isn't even in the trailers that much, so I'm interested to see what her role is in that movie. But the visuals really captivated me. Like I said, the visuals can get me, that I'm really excited for it. And science fiction is my favorite genre, and this has science fiction just written all over it. People have saw some clips for the movie, and they say it's like Blade Runner meets Apocalypse Now, and I'm like, okay, give me 1,000 tickets right now. And I'm like, give me some IMAX tickets. I will be seeing this in IMAX. I cannot wait. This is going to be great. I just can't wait. John David Washington is also the star. He was amazing in Tenet. I think John David Washington is someone that needs like all the roles, and I think this is like a perfect role for him. Science fiction is just great. He was in Tenet, which is science fiction, so now he's in another science fiction film. But if this movie disappoints me, I don't know what I'm going to do, because as a science fiction lover, I'm very disappointed by a couple of them, but some of them end up really amazing, so I hope this one is too. My most anticipated movie of the fall/winter of this year is Dune Part 2. Just kidding, they delayed Dune Part 2. Come on, Warner Brothers, what are we doing out here? Okay, we all can guess what my number one is. It's Killers of the Flower Moon, directed by Martin Scorsese. Martin Scorsese is coming back, he's coming back big, he's coming back to the theaters, and he partnered with Apple, so they're going to release in theaters, and we got news that it's going to come in IMAX too. I cannot wait to see this in IMAX. It's a long one though. It's a 3.5-hour movie supposedly, so I think my back is going to be broken from those terrible IMAX chairs. That's the only terrible thing I hate about IMAX is the chairs. They are so bad. We need some better chairs in IMAX. Please give us better chairs. But this story that they're working off of, true story, it's a heartbreaking story. I did read some of the book. I know what happens kind of in the main scheme of things here. And I'm so excited for it. I think Martin Scorsese is really in his bag on this one. The two trailers that dropped look absolutely amazing. Visually, it looks great. But I am kind of worried that the runtime might be too long because The Irishman was too long for me. I think The Irishman I still gave like an 8 out of 10, but I still think it was way too long. I think The Irishman you could have cut like 30 to 45 minutes off this one. So hopefully this one works, even because it is a true story. So hopefully Scorsese can move it along at a good pace. This one got some big reviews out of Cannes. That's what I think it screened out of. It got big reviews. You know, they said it was Leonardo DiCaprio's best performance. Lily Gladstone is going for best actress, and I'm like, oh no way, best performance from Leo? How can he have the best performance here when he has Wolf of Wall Street? I don't know. That's my favorite performance from Leo, so I'm very excited. Robert De Niro is also in this. Oh my goodness, this movie is gonna be so great. But I'm just worried for my back when I sit in an IMAX theater for 3.5 hours. It's going to be a treat, but it's also going to hurt a lot. But I think this is going to be a masterpiece. It's crazy. We have a Nolan movie this year, and then we have a Scorsese movie the same year. I cannot wait. But that's my top 10 most anticipated movies for the fall/winter season of this year. So the rest of the year, leave your most anticipated movies for the rest of the year down below in the comments. Make sure you like this video. Helps out a lot. Subscribe to the channel. I upload almost every day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.